really quick, again, how to do something like this. All right. I will take a different texture. So when I use these smaller textures, I am overlapping, repeating, stamping over things. I don't use it as a singular, one little texture. I use it many, many times. All right. Down. Refine my cut. All right, same thing, bevel edge cut. One direction. Then I have to pick up the slab, flip it over. Try not to distort it because then I just ruin my refining cut. Oh my goodness, this newspaper is sticking too much. There. Scoring. Slowly get that seam together. This is where using this stamp that is not in a roller form, I can really kind of erase that line. Reinforced coil. I do like to use very, very wet clay for that interior coil. It's just going to be easier to blend when it's really damp. So you saw me add water to it. For this form, I'm going to make this. So the first thing I'm going to do is when I put my hands together like this, I will make an equilateral triangle just by shaping. So I'm going to first start by giving this equilateral triangle shape. Now, towards me right now, this looks pretty good, but if I go like this, it doesn't look so good. So I'm going to fix it. I am also going to do a light scoring and slipping. meaning just water, because again, this is a soft slab piece. All right, and I'm going to continue to turn this. Make sure this stays as an equilateral triangle. When I start feeling confident that it is equal, I'm going to start pinching the clay for these feet together. Slowly. This will never close, and it should never close if you're building it properly. If you're forcing it to close, it will not give you the look of these being higher, this being lower. These higher, this lower. So notice how it already has started dropping in. All right. What I will do is use a very damp piece of clay. That's about all it's going to move in. I'm going to just roll this into a ball. I'm going to flatten it. Notice that I'm not using it on any canvas, any newspaper. I want this to be as damp as possible. And I'm kind of just stretching this out. And I can just very easily patch this. Now the wetter the clay is, the easier it's going to be to kind of blend it in lightly. I'm going to refine it more once it's more set up, but I do want to get just some sort of patch in there, and I will refine that from the other side as well. My piece right now is very wet. For the most part, what the artist that does this technique, she will do what is called selective drying. So she would take a piece of plastic and wrap it around the body of the piece and then put it, let's say, out for a while, and these would start setting up, allowing for her to be able to turn the form and start working on it. I'm just going to move through the process. You're going to notice, though, that my feet will start squaring off. Okay, so you're going to want to give it some drying time. I will take the time to refine that interior. Again, it's a little too soon for me to do right now. But what I should do now is my expansion. So again, hand on the inside. Start pushing that form out. This pushing out of the form is very, very similar to the pinch pots, where, if you remember, there was a certain point where you kind of had to stop pushing and shaping. And then it kind of got a little bit more set up. And then you're able to push it out more again. Think of that experience and use that experience to your advantage. I am not going to have the expectation that this shape will be fully complete in this one stage. It will need to set up a little. I'll shape it again. I'll refine it. I do recommend, though, if you want to expand a form out, use a texture that goes in very deep. Why would you think that I would say that that's important? When you push that out, yes. What will happen if you use a very low relief texture, as you expand, it's pretty much gone. So you want to use something that has a heavy, heavy imprint. I am not going to go into lids or anything like that today, but know that this shape as well could be a cup, just like how that one is. All right, so these could be good practice things. Off. All right, put that down.